Welcome back, Wolfpack. Today's lesson is 18.1, volume of prisms and cylinders. And today, pretty straightforward, you're going to be able to find the volume of prisms and cylinders. So let's get started. The volume formula is capital B times H. That capital B stands for area of the base. So we say like big B, okay? It's the area of the base. That's why it's not a lowercase b. So the base may be rectangular, it may be square, it may be a circle, but you have to find the area of the base and then multiply it by the height. So for example, this is the area of this base. It's a rectangular or square. This is a triangular prism, area of the base. And then a cylinder has a circular base. Okay, so it's a circle base. You're going to find the area of that base, and then you're going to multiply it by whatever the height is. And you should be pretty comfortable with finding the area of a base by now. So, find the volume of the rectangular prism. Well, formula for volume is base times height. Okay, area of the base times the height. Okay, this base happens to be a rectangle because it's a rectangular prism. So I'm going to find the volume of this rectangular prism by starting off first with finding the area of the base, which is 15 times 5. And then I'm going to multiply it by the height of the prism, which is 3. So I took 15, multiplied it by 5, because this is the base, times the height, and then I'm multiplying it by 3, which is the height of the prism as a whole. So 15 times 5 is 75, times 3, 75 times 3 is 225. The units are centimeters, and because we're talking about volume, they're cubed. It's a three-dimensional figure, so cubic centimeters. Example number 2, you're going to do the same exact thing, and I really want you to try to do this one on your own, and we'll go over the answer in class. It's a triangular prism. It says right there in the problem. So you're going to find the area of the base, so the area of this triangle, which you should know how to find the area of a triangle, and then you're going to multiply it by the height. And that gives you the volume. So go ahead and try that problem all on your own. Come to class with an answer, and let's see if you're right. Find the volume of a cylinder. So volume for prisms and cylinders is area of the base times the height. This is a circle, so I should say the cylinder has a circle base. So the area of the base is found by pi r squared, multiplied by the height. So pi times the radius, which is 4.5 squared, and times the height, which is 8.5. So 4.5 squared is 20.25. We can leave it in terms of pi. So 20.25 pi times 8.5. And then I'm going to multiply 20.25 times 8.5, and I get 172.125 pi. My units are centimeters, and again they're cubed because we're talking about volume, which is three-dimensional. Okay, so area of the base, found the area of a circle, multiplied it by the height, 8.5. If you want to try it on your own, again you can leave it in terms of pi like the problem says. We'll see if you are correct tomorrow. Next thing, oblique prisms and cylinders. They're the ones that are slanted. They're not straight up and down. Do not think that a slanted line is the height. Okay, this little pink line right there, that is not the height. Okay, the slanted piece of the cylinder, that is not the height. The height is going to be a vertical line, and it has to be perpendicular to the base. It has to be forming a 90-degree angle with the base. If it's not forming a 90-degree angle with the base, that means it's not the height. Okay, so if they do not give you the height, you might have to use a slanted line to find the height, but you will never use that slanted line as a regular height. So for this problem, find the volume of the oblique cylinder. They give you the height and they give you the radius. So this is just normal. Volume formula. It might throw you off because we're like, oh, well, it's slanted. Well, yeah, it's slanted, but they still give you the height as 45 inches. Okay, so if you want to, again, try that problem on your own, see if you get the right answer. We will go from there. And then lastly, your paper has on about Cavalieri's principle, which we're actually going to discuss in class and do a practice problem on this. So the principle says that if two solids have the same height and the same cross-sectional area at every level, then the two solids have the same volume. So it's possible for a prism and a cylinder to have the same volume, and if they have the same height and their areas are the same at every level, then they would have the same volume. So we're going to do an example problem with that tomorrow in class. But for today, that is all we're going to do. Look back to the beginning. We started off with knowing the vocabulary. Volume of a prism and cylinder is area of the base times the height. You have to find the area of the base first. We did example 1 together. Example 2, I'd love for you to try to see if you can do it on your own and come to class with an answer. Example 3, we did together, left it in terms of pi. If you want to try example 4 on your own, again, leave it in terms of pi. Then we would talk about oblique prisms and cylinders, or the slanted ones, and make sure that you do not use the slanted line as the height. The perpendicular line is the height, okay? And then there was an example of finding the volume, normal volume formula, okay? Thank you very much, guys, for doing your homework. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next class.